We are counting down the 5 most overrated rums draining your wallet and dulling your cocktails. From sugary crowd pleasers disguised as premium to bottles that trade real flavor for fancy names, each entry reveals how clever marketing hides what is really inside. But for every letdown, there is an authentic hidden gem waiting to upgrade your taste for less. Which popular bottle tops the list? Let's kick things off with number 5. Bacardi Superior sits on just about every bar and supermarket shelf, promising a clean, crisp rum for your mojito or daiquiri. But that so-called smoothness comes at a cost. Bacardi's secret weapon is heavy charcoal filtration, a process designed to strip out every trace of funk and fruit, leaving a spirit so neutral it has been called the vodka of the rum world. After distilling from molasses in massive column stills, the liquid rests for up to 2 years in American white oak before it is filtered again, until nearly all the esters and congeners are gone. What is left is a blank canvas, dry, thin, and almost flavorless, except for the faintest hint of almond or lime. It is not offensive, but it is not memorable either. For about $5 more, Plantation 3 Stars offers a different approach. Instead of a racing character, it blends white rums from Barbados, Jamaica, and Trinidad. The Jamaican pot still component brings tropical fruit and banana notes, while gentle filtration keeps the spirit clear but lets the natural flavors shine through. The result is a white rum with real depth, tropical, grassy, and just funky enough to make your cocktails pop. Spend a little extra, and your daiquiri tastes like it came from a real cocktail bar instead of a college party. For the price of a fast food lunch, you move from a soulless mixer to a bottle that actually makes your drinks taste like rum. Malibu sits on store shelves with its bright label and promises of a tropical escape. But what is actually inside the bottle? At just 21% alcohol, Malibu is not even legally considered rum in many countries. It is a coconut-flavored liqueur loaded with sugar and artificial flavors. The low proof means you are mostly paying for sweet syrup and marketing, not spirit. Pour it into a cocktail and you get a sticky coconut kick, but the base is weak and the flavor is flat. You need to drown your drink in Malibu just to taste anything, and all that sugar leaves your glass feeling more like a dessert than a real cocktail. Now swap that bottle for Ray and Nephew White Overproof and everything changes. Ray clocks in at 63% alcohol, more than triple the strength of Malibu. This is not just about getting a buzz, it is about flavor. Jamaican overproof rum like Ray is famous for hogo, a wild, funky aroma packed with ripe banana, pineapple, and a touch of grass. Just a splash transforms any punch, daiquiri, or even a simple soda. You get pure, concentrated rum character with no need for fake coconut or added sweetness. One bottle lasts ages because a little goes a long way. Skip the sugary liqueurs and reach for the real thing. Your cocktails and your wallet will thank you. Captain Morgan Private Stock is the spiced rum you will find everywhere, dressed up in a squat bottle with a pirate on the label and a price tag around $30. But crack it open, and the first thing that hits you is an overwhelming wave of vanilla. This is not the warm, subtle vanilla you get from oak barrels. It is loud, sweet, and closer to vanilla extract or melted ice cream. Private Stock leans hard on added flavorings and sugar, masking a young, bland base spirit under a flood of syrupy sweetness. Reviewers call it liquid dessert, with caramel and butterscotch crowding out any hint of real rum. Try to drink it neat and the cloying finish lingers, leaving your palate sticky and tired. The vanilla is a shield, covering up the lack of complexity you would expect from a quality-aged rum. For the same money, there is a bottle that actually respects your taste buds. Foursquare Spiced from Barbados flips the script completely. Instead of dumping in artificial flavors, Foursquare uses real island spices, clove, nutmeg, and allspice, infused into a proper aged rum. The base is a quality spirit from a family distillery known for refusing shortcuts. The spice is subtle, never overpowering, and the sweetness comes from the rum and the spice itself, not a bottle of syrup. You will pick up notes of orange peel, honey, and oak, with a gentle warmth that invites you to sip, not just mix. This is the rare spiced rum you can actually enjoy neat. At around $25, it is not just a better buy, it is a different experience entirely. You get complexity instead of candy, real spice instead of artificial vanilla, and a bottle you will not be embarrassed to pour for friends. Diplomatico Reserva Exclusiva stands out on the shelf with its ornate bottle and reputation as a luxury sipper. But what is really inside that $45 package? Take a sip, and the answer is obvious. This is dessert in a glass. The sweetness is no accident. Diplomatico is crafted with a heavy hand on the sugar. Industry estimates and enthusiast hydrometer tests suggest it could contain as much as 40 grams of added sugar per liter, though the distillery keeps the exact number under wraps. That is more than you will find in many liqueurs, and it is why the rum pours out thick, with a syrupy mouthfeel and a flavor profile loaded with caramel, fudge, and vanilla. For some, it is a guilty pleasure. For anyone looking for genuine aged rum character, it is a letdown. The sugar is not just a stylistic choice, it is a mask, covering up the youth and rough edges of the base spirit. Instead of complexity, you get a one-note sweetness that wears thin fast, especially neat. Dorley's 12, from Barbados Foursquare Distillery, takes the opposite approach. Richard Seal, the man behind the label, has become a vocal critic of the industry's sugar dosing practices. Dorley's 12 is bottled with no added sugar, no artificial coloring, and no flavorings, just pure rum, aged for a full 12 years in ex-bourbon and Madeira casks. The result is a spirit that is dry, layered, and honest. You will find notes of toasted oak, dried fruit, and a hint of spice. Flavors that come from years in wood, not a recipe in the lab. Sip it straight, and the finish is clean, never sticky or cloying. It is the kind of rum that rewards attention, not just a sweet tooth. Here is the kicker. Dorley's 12 usually costs around $30, making it about $15 cheaper than Diplomatico. That is less money for more maturity, more complexity, and a bottle that does not hide behind sugar. Skip the status symbol and reach for the real thing. Your palate and your wallet will both come out ahead. Zacapa 23 stands as the crown jewel of premium rum marketing. The number on that elegant bottle does not mean what most people think. The secret is the Solera system, a method borrowed from Spanish sherry makers, where older and younger rums are blended in a pyramid of barrels. Zacapa's label says 23, but that is not the age of every drop inside. In reality, the blend includes rums as young as 6 years, with only a fraction ever reaching the full 23. The average age sits much lower, yet the packaging and price suggest a luxury experience reserved for the most mature spirits. For $50, you would expect a bottle filled with nothing but patience and oak, but what you are really getting is a masterclass in marketing. The Solera process lets the brand legally advertise the age of the oldest spirit in the blend, even if most of the liquid is far younger. This loophole is legal in some countries, but it leaves drinkers paying a premium for a story, not for time in the barrel. Now compare that to El Dorado 12 from Guyana. This is a true 12-year-old rum. No tricks, no Solera math, no fine print. Every drop in the bottle has spent at least 12 years aging in oak, soaking up the rich, earthy character that Demerara rums are famous for. The result is a spirit layered with dark chocolate, dried fruit, and a gentle smokiness. That profile comes from real time, not clever blending. El Dorado 12 is dry, complex, and honest, with a depth that stands up to any sipping rum on the market. It is a favorite among bartenders and enthusiasts alike, not just for its flavor, but for its transparency. You know exactly what you are drinking, and you get the maturity you paid for. The price difference makes the choice even clearer. El Dorado 12 usually sells for around $35, a full $15 less than Zacapa 23. For less money, you are getting a rum with a guaranteed age and a reputation for quality. It is the kind of bottle that rewards slow sipping and close attention, not just a pretty label. Skip the marketing magic. Choose the bottle that puts its age and integrity right on the front. Your palate and your wallet will notice the difference. Across all 5 overrated rums, one pattern stands out. Marketing and additives often outweigh real craftsmanship. The world's most hyped bottles rarely offer purity or value. In rum, authenticity is not just a flavor, it is a decision you make with your wallet. Choose wisely, and your glass will thank you.